Okay, I want you to try a mental experiment with me. It's a bit of a visualization exercise, so just stick with me. Picture the biggest sci-fi blockbuster you saw last year.
Okay, got one in mind.
Think about those credits at the end. You know how it is? They scroll for, 10, 15 minutes?
Oh yeah, thousands of names.
Thousands! Visual effects supervisors, lighting techs, caterers, drivers, hundreds of millions of dollars just to put that world on screen.
It's this whole industrial complex of storytelling. A massive machine that needs an army to run it.
Exactly. Now shrink that. Shrink it way down and take all that world building, the huge vistas, the creatures, the score, and just compress it into a single room, one desk, one computer, and a tiny team, maybe even just one person, creating a universe that looks like it cost a fortune.
That sounds impossible.
And that brings us to the topic of today's deep dive. We are looking at a project that, you and I have actually been following for a while now.
We have, yeah.
It's a YouTube channel, but calling it a channel feels a bit reductive, honestly. It's called The Game Seekers.
It's The Game Seekers, right? And if you've been listening to us, you know we love finding these little pockets of creativity on the internet.
Oh, absolutely.
And TGS isn't just a collection of videos. The creator is building what he calls the Game Seekers universe, or TGSU.
TGSU!
Yeah, it's the sprawling narrative world that mashes up nostalgia, high-concept sci-fi, and fantasy.
And today is special because we finally have a reason to really geek out. They just dropped a new teaser called Miracle Quest. And for this deep dive, we've got the production journals, the story notes, and even the transcripts where the creator breaks down the ethics and the tech behind the magic.
Yeah, the sources emphasize that despite all the AI generation, this is fundamentally a story about hope.
Hope. Okay, so here is the mission for this deep dive. We are going to break down this new teaser, Miracle Quest, scene by scene. But before we do that, we need to orient you, the listener, on who we are actually watching.
Right. Need to introduce the cast.
Because this isn't a solo act. We're going to analyze the unique trio of characters that anchor this universe. And finally, we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
The Seedance controversy.
Yep, the Seedance controversy and how this project represents a massive shift in how movies are made using AI.
It's the intersection of the algorithm and the human soul, really.
Let's dive in. So, for the listener who hasn't spent hours scrolling through the Game Seekers channel like we have, we need to set the stage.
We should probably explain the trio.
Right, because when you watch these videos, you aren't seeing random anthologies. You are seeing a consistent family unit. So who are we actually watching?
It's a classic trinity, but with a very modern twist. The sources break down three core characters. First, you have Nico.
The young girl.
Yes, she's the young girl. In the notes, she is explicitly described as the symbol of hope. She represents that pure heart that drives the narrative forward.
She's the protagonist, right? The one usually stumbling into these massive magical worlds.
Exactly.
She feels very Spielbergian in a way, that sense of childhood wonder. Then you have Nick.
Nick is the male figure. The character breakdown lists him as a guardian type.
A guardian.
Yeah, and what I find interesting here is the mystery surrounding him. The notes state that his past is shrouded in secrecy. We don't know where he came from. We don't know what battles he has fought.
But we know his function.
Right, protection. He is the shield to Nico's curiosity.
And then there's the third number, who I frankly think is the most compelling piece of the puzzle. Eva, or EVA.
Yes, the android.
But she isn't just a robot sidekick, right?
Oh, and this is where the writing gets really clever. Usually in sci-fi, that robot is the cold, logical calculator. But the source material stresses that Eva represents the maternal presence within the group. She is the mother figure.
I love that inversion so much. You have the human male who is mysterious and maybe a bit distant, and the artificial construct who is the source of warmth and nurturing.
It creates this really rich dynamic.
It's not a solo hero's journey at all. It's about their connection as a family.
We actually saw this dynamic tested in one of their previous works. Do you remember Nico's spooky Christmas story?
Oh, absolutely. I watched that last December. It was pretty spooky. You had those blue-skinned girls and that really eerie atmosphere.
But underneath the horror elements, what was the core emotion there?
It was loneliness. It was really about being lost.
Exactly. It wasn't just a jump scare video. It dealt with sadness and salvation. It established that the Game Seekers universe has real emotional stakes.
Yeah, it's not just fluff.
Right, you could be scary, to be vast, limultally, it's heartwarming. It's about being found. And that emotional through line leads us directly into the new piece, Miracle Quest.
So let's unpack Miracle Quest. This is the new teaser that Nip Ellen submitted for an AI film festival. The synopsis in our source stack paints such a vivid picture. It starts in an antique shop.
Which is such a tactile place to start a sci-fi story. Dust, old wood, forgotten things, and Nico finds a mysterious arcade machine.
I'm a sucker for this trope. It's never just a game, is it?
Never.
It's basically a rule of fiction. If there is a dusty arcade cabinet in the corner, do not touch it unless you want to go on an adventure.
Precisely. In this case, the machine is a portal. The notes describe her getting pulled into a pixel toe.
A pixel toe?
Yeah, it's a transition point where the digital and the real dissolve. The visuals described here are intense. She isn't just playing the game, she actually falls into the game.
And the production notes describe this world she falls into as a vast landscape of floating islands. We are talking massive scale here.
It's a blend of nostalgia, that retro arcade vibe and near-future aesthetics, but the pivotal moment in the teaser is the fall. She is plummeting through the sky, totally helpless. And just as she is facing absolute despair, she is caught by a giant ancient bird.
Giant bird rescue. That is high fantasy 101, but it works so well here.
It does, but look at the context. Why does the bird save her? The theme of this teaser, according to the creator's notes, is keep seeking until the miracles happen.
Keep seeking until the miracles happen. That is a really powerful tagline.
It is the philosophy of the unbreakable heart. The idea is that journey, the pixel tunnel, the terrifying fall, the uncertainty, it's all a metaphor for life's difficulties.
I see.
No matter how long the detour, if you don't give up, you reach the miracle. You get caught by the bird.
That's what separates this from a generic tech demo. I think that's why we're talking about it today. I love AI video right now. It's just look at this cool texture, look at this explosion.
The act is eye candy.
But this is the thing, look at how small this girl is and look at how she is saved. It has a narrative soul.
It does. But since we are doing a deep dive, we have to peel back the curtain a bit. We ain't talk about how this was made.
Let's get into the production.
Because when we say individual production, we mean Mick Elwin is doing the jobs of an entire studio department. Cinematography, lighting, character design, editing, all from his desk.
The toolset listed in the production drill is wild. It's like a peek into the cockpit of a spaceship. Or maybe it was its tower.
A bit of both, honestly. The workflow started with brainstorming using ChatGPT and Gemini.
Now this is interesting. He didn't just ask them to write the script for him, right?
No, and that is a very crucial distinction. He used them as a sounding board. He treated the AI as a writer's room.
Oh, bouncing ideas around.
Exactly. He bounce ideas off them for world building and plot structure. It's less about do the work for me and much more about challenge my ideas.
I think that's the future of creative writing. It's not man versus machine. It's man arguing with machine until the idea gets better.
I completely agree. Then for the visuals, he used Leonardo AI, specifically a model called Nano Banana Pro.
Nano Banana Pro. You just have to love the names of these models.
They are something else. He used that for character consistency, making sure Nico looks like Nico in every single shot.
Which is notoriously hard with AI.
Very hard. But the real heavy lifting, the video generation that was done with Kling AI. And this is where we find a very human struggle in the log.
So the bird story, I saw this in the notes. This is the perfect example of the glitch in the Matrix.
There's a giant bird struggle. The journal details how the director tried to use Kling Model 2.6 to generate that rescue scene. He just couldn't get it right.
So you have this grand cinematic vision of a rescue, but the tool keeps giving you a body horror nightmare.
Basically, yes. But it was hitting a lull. But when the tech updated, Kling released version 3.0, and suddenly the model understood the motion.
Just like that.
Just like that. It could separate the entities. The rescue scene worked perfectly.
Oh, and didn't he also use Suno AI for the music in the teaser?
Yes, good catch. Suno AI generated the teaser track, pulling a whole emotional vibe together.
That is a crazy thought, though, about the Didio upgrade. The difference between his movie being impossible and possible is just a software patch.
It highlights how fast the feasibility of production changes. What is impossible in January might be easy in February. It puts the creator in a constant state of learning.
But the sources make a really crucial distinction here. Even with Kling 3.0, even with Nano Banana and Suno, they emphasize that while AI offers infinite possibilities, it is the human, Nick, who decides what is beautiful.
That is the absolute core of their philosophy. The AI generates options, sometimes hundreds of them. It's a chaos engine.
Throwing stuff at the wall.
Right, but the human handles the emotional design. The color grading in DaVinci resolve the pacing, the editing logic. The journal says explicitly what to keep, what to throw away. That is the human role.
I liked the analogy the creator used in the notes. He called AI a mirror.
A mirror, yes. A mirror that reflects ideas the creator didn't think of. It expands the imagination, but it doesn't replace the intent. The machine builds the pixels, the human builds the hope.
However, we can't talk about AI video without talking about the broader context. The sources bring up a controversy surrounding something called Seedance.
Right, this is the elephant in the room. The source material refers to a controversy involving Seedance 2.0 and 3.0.
What's the core conflict there, according to the sources?
It reflects a very real tension in the film industry right now. The backlash is about copyright issues, unauthorized learning, where models are trained on movies without permission, and of course the big one, deepfakes.
Deepfakes, right. And just to be clear for the listener, we aren't taking sides on this issue, but we are just reporting what's in our source materials today.
Exactly.
The sources outline that the fear in Hollywood is legitimate. If you are an actor, you are worried about your likeness being used without consent.
And if you are a VFX artist who spent 20 years learning how to animate feather physics, and then Nick Elwin does it with the text prompting Kling 3.0, you're worried about your job.
So how does the game seekers navigate this minefield? Because they are clearly using the tech, they are kind of poster children for it. But they seem to be trying to carve out a different ethical path.
They are. Their approach, as outlined in the transcript, is centered on original IP or intellectual property. Notice what they are doing. They aren't typing in, "Make me a scene with Tom Cruise."
They aren't stealing faces.
No, they are building new characters.
So they aren't deepfake in reality, they are hallucinating a new reality altogether.
In a way, yes, and they emphasize transparency. The sources talk a lot about the importance of labeling AI use and building trust with the community.
Which is so important right now.
Very. They are embracing what they call the small studio era. The idea that a single person can produce film-quality narratives provided they are honest about the tools they use.
It's a democratization of storytelling, but they are acknowledging that it comes with responsibility. You can't just you have to create.
Precisely. And if you look at their future vision, it is incredibly ambitious.
Oh, what's next for them?
The notes mention plans for future films, anime adaptations, and global expansion, and turn it into a multi-platform saga.
It's wild to think that a saga can now start on a laptop in a bedroom. 10 years ago, you needed a meeting at Paramount. Today, you need an account on Kling and a YouTube channel.
And that brings us back to that core theme of the teaser. Miracle Quest isn't just the name of the video, it's almost the name of the production process itself.
I like that.
It's a quest to see if this technology can actually carry the weight of human emotion.
So what does this all mean for us, the viewers? I think it means we are watching a new art form incubate in real time. We are seeing the glitches, the breakthroughs, like the bird rescue and birth of totally new universes.
And it invites us to participate. The sources mention that the game seekers are currently aiming for a specific milestone. They are pushing for 10,000 subscribers.
That's right, 10,000. And I want to frame this for you, the listener. This isn't just about smashing that like button. The creator frames this as an invitation to witness a universe in the making.
It's a call to action. In this new era, the audience isn't just a consumer, they're the support system.
You're part of a studio.
Right, by subscribing, you are essentially buying a ticket to the ground floor of a new studio. You are validating that yes, an individual with a vision can build a world.
It's a fascinating time to be a storyteller, and a fascinating time to be an audience member. We've covered the trio Nico, Nick, and Eva. We've covered the tech struggles of the giant bird. We've looked at the ethics of the Seedance controversy and the dream of the small studio.
With a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But if I can leave with one thought from the source material that really stuck with me, it's this idea that AI isn't replacing the creator, it's a partner.
A partner.
Yeah, but no matter how advanced the tech gets, whether it's Kling 3.0 or 4.0 or whatever comes next, the meaning always comes from the human heart.
That is the ultimate takeaway here. The pixels are generated, but the story is felt. So I've had to ask you, the listener, in a world where the tools can build anything you can imagine, what miracles are you seeking? Do you want to create your own universe, or are you just looking for the story that reminds you to keep hoping? Take some time to think about that. And if you want to see a miracle being built, go check out the Game Seekers. Thanks for banging with us. We'll catch you in the next universe.
Keep seeking.
See you next time.